Greetings, this is Fordham and welcome back to Let's Play Lamplight City. Last time, oh yeah, I got the sketches for the previous serial killer scenes.
Maybe you should write crazy over your bed. Wait, what's that? I see an important clue. Just kidding.
What the hell is wrong with that guy?
Boring, just like everything else in this sketch.
Who's grumpy? I don't see anything else actually.
If only you hadn't told Adelaide about me, I might share my thoughts with you. As it is, you're on your
Oh my god, he's still pissed about that? Go fuck yourself, dude. You're dead. I would have messed my life, well, even if he is a ghost. Lie to your wife, said the voice in your head.
What's the point? It's not like you're actually going to be able to investigate this case.
That's gonna be annoying very fast. It was annoying-ish when he was describing everything. If he's gonna be hostile about it, it's gonna be very annoying.
Whoever drew this was a hack. That looks more like a piece of toast than a flower.
So, glasses, book, justice. Is it written with blood? Because it's dripping? Or it has dripped? I don't know, there is also the, like, pencil movement behind it. This body looks weird.
I don't feel like looking at dead bodies right now. Is there something more exciting we could be doing?
This guy looks posed too.
I don't feel like looking at dead bodies.
I don't care what you feel like.
Oh, were you hoping for some witty insight?
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Jesus.
I'm sure this is terribly relevant, but I've got nothing to say about it.
Again with the dripping thing and the shadow behind it. There's always a flower which seems like it's a calling card. Or maybe everybody has some flowers. I don't know. But yeah, this guy is staged as fuck. Does he have something in his hand?
Yeah, he's dead. Big deal.
There's another
You're not in
flower.
the mood to be analyzing crime scenes.
I don't care.
Interesting.
Oh, what? You actually found something without my help? I'm shocked.
Interesting. What is interesting about it? It's the same as the other things. Again with the bleeding all over the place. It's weird that it seems exactly the same. Let's check the other things. Yeah, you see like the C has it's like it's the same font, but when you type something by hand, you wouldn't get that. And if it's just dripping down blood, you wouldn't get the exact same E and C. That doesn't make no sense. I think that's a game thing and not an actual thing they expect us to find. Because that makes no sense. Yeah, so there's a plant everywhere and the justice is exactly the same. It's the only thing I can see. Oh, this justice is different. So all the other ones have the C and the E. See? But not that one. That one is different.
Upton?
What is it, Fordham?
About those crime scene sketches.
Yes?
How in the ether were you able to get these sketches out from the department?
I told you, they're just duplicates. Snelling installed one of those fancy new Pharaoh duplicators a few months ago. They let you copy any document. Trust me, nobody even noticed that I took the sketches from evidence. I know how to cover my tracks.
I certainly hope so.
You should open a PI agency with her.
I think I found a connection.
I knew you would. What is it?
There's a single flower at each crime scene. They look deliberately placed.
There is? Let me have a look. You're right. One lily at each scene.
Wait, what did you say?
These flowers, they're lilies. Easter lilies, I think.
I don't believe it.
Upton, this is incredible. This is the lead I've been searching for.
What? You mean for another case?
The flower shop burglar. He was stealing Easter lilies. And I distinctly remember him saying something about his desire to uphold justice. At the time, I thought it was just the rambling of a lunatic, but now it seems so obvious.
So the flower shop burglar is the justice killer?
It seems too much of a coincidence otherwise.
Well, then that's wonderful. You can kill two birds with one stone. Excellent work, Fordham. I knew you could do it.
What exactly are the details regarding this justice killer?
The killings began a few months ago, and so far he's claimed 5 victims. The department wanted to keep this information out of the public eye to prevent a panic, but word has gotten out. On the bright side, it makes your involvement in the case much less suspicious.
Yeah, do we know what they did?
Tell me about the previous victims.
4 men from Chumley: Hannibal Kirkland, Reggie Willingham, Ennis Bowditch, and Burley Cause. No known connection between any of them aside from the borough they lived in. I have copies of the police reports from each of the crime scenes. Go ahead and take them.
Thank you, Upton.
Cool.
What are the details regarding the killer's latest victim?
As I mentioned, the victim is Percival McDonough, a member of Parliament. He was found this morning by his secretary in his office. I expect the official investigation is still underway.
So the killer managed to get into the Houses of Parliament. No easy feat.
You can say that again. It's the killer's first high-profile victim. It means he's getting bolder.
I suppose I'll have to drop by and see for myself. Everything all right with you?
Oh, I'm getting by. I expect things go back to normal once this killer is caught.
I haven't worn out my welcome here yet, have I?
No, you're still tolerable. But when was the last time you washed your hair?
You're starting to sound like Adelaide. I should get back to it.
Not a bad idea.
Right. I think I have enough information to get started. I think I'll begin with...
Odd. I wasn't expecting company.
Can you? Seriously?
Snelling?
Why would you not get this out of the way
We need to talk.
before he got in?
Fordham. I should have guessed I'd find you here.
Also, who opens the door without looking through the peephole?
Ah, Chief Snelling. What a pleasant surprise.
I'm equally pleased to see you, Fordham. Although, having you here does save me a bit of trouble.
Trouble?
Those are some rather interesting decorations. Would either of you care to explain how they got here?
And once again, the jig is up. I hope you can talk your way out of this one, too.
Wow.
I brought them here, after I made duplicates and took them from the police department.
Nice try, Fordham, but I know for a fact that isn't true. The Pharaoh duplicator makes a report of every employee who uses it, as well as what was copied. A rather useful feature for instances such as these. Wouldn't you agree?
These gadgets are gonna be the undoing of us all.
In any case, I did some digging and discovered some intriguing information. Upton, why have you been passing on classified police information to Mr. Fordham?
Because he's the best detective you ever had on the force, and you know it.
Is that right? Personally, I don't consider getting your partner killed the mark of a great detective. But what's done is done. Constance Upton, your employment
Yeah, I saw that coming.
in your police department is hereby terminated.
But
I should add that it's only because of your 25 years of dedicated service that I'm not pressing charges against you. But as for you, Fordham, I have enough evidence to place you under arrest for obstruction of justice and interfering with police investigations. Do you have anything to say in your defense before I take you?
I solved all the cases. This is all Afton's fault.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I know who the Justice Killer is.
Fordham, if this is your idea of a diversion...
It's true. I found a link in the sketches of the crime scenes.
All right, let's hear it then. What do you think you found?
I'll tell you if you promise to let me take the case.
Out of the question, Fordham. This is a police matter.
and the police haven't made progress in months. Fordham figured it out in a matter of minutes. Admit it, Snelling. Fordham is your best shot at finding the killer. Are you gonna let your personal differences put the people of this city in danger?
Fine. I'll let you continue to operate as an assistant in this case, if you have actually found something of value. Now, what is this link?
He leaves a single Easter lily at each crime scene. The same type of flowers the burglar and the chum was stealing.
I see. A tenuous link, but plausible. I'll give you until tomorrow afternoon. If you haven't come up with anything, I'm throwing you in jail.
Sounds fair to me.
And don't get any clever ideas about leaving town, either.
Come now, would I do something like that?
Fordham, it seems there's no telling what you might do. I'm probably a fool for not clapping you in irons right here and now. When you have something to report, come find me in my office. Don't make me regret this.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Except you're still fired. I didn't have a chance to get him to change his mind.
We'll worry about that after you catch the killer. In the meantime, I could use a drink. I'll see you later, Fordham.
Man, poor Upton.
Get to work then. Clock is ticking.
But as I was saying, now that she's fired, they can open up a detective agency. Alright, let's see. So justice for what? Iron worker at Therebom Ironworks. I wonder if they will tie all this to the Lygia. Like all these people had something to do with that disaster. Cabby. Probably not. I mean, this guy could have driven someone over, I guess. Construction worker at Gascon Chomley Bridge. Yeah, I don't think it has something to do with the Lygia after all. But you can see how they might be responsible for something that the police apparently can't find. For any of them. These guys can't find anything, apparently. Lamplighter. Okay. Alright. I think I will start with the previous murder victims before we go for the latest one. Strange.
Well, that doesn't look good.
Is that an explosion?
This place sure is big. I wonder if they actually make anything useful.
I guess he now cares to interact with us because the clue about his death.
Excuse me, sir. Are you in charge here?
Unfortunately, who are you? This area isn't open to the public.
I'm Miles Fordham, and I'm a private investigator looking into the murder of one of your workers.
Private investigator, eh? Maybe you can help me out.
I'll do what I can, but I'll need to ask you some questions, Mr.
Mims. Sanford Mims. Go ahead, but make it snappy.
What can you tell me about Hannibal Kirkland? Former employee here?
Listen, I've got a lot on my mind right now.
I understand, but it's important to my investigation that you tell me what you know about him.
I'm sure it is, but as you can see, I've got a lot to deal with right now.
Well, he's no help. Maybe you can figure
Yeah,
out
he
a way
wants us to help him, so he can tell us, obviously.
What happened to your iron mill?
What's it look like? The damn thing went and got blown up.
Was it in disrepair?
Of course not. All my machinery is sound. Checked and serviced regularly. This is the work of those goddamn Redites. I'm sure of it.
What makes you certain the explosion was the Redites doing?
Take a look, boy. The whole mill got taken out. Even if this had been a mechanical failure, which it wasn't, the explosion would have been contained to a single part of the machine. This couldn't have been anything other than sabotage.
Have you had problems with the Redites before?
They've sent anonymous letters, but this is the first time they've actually carried out one of their threats.
You're absolutely sure this was sabotage then?
Yes. How many times have I got to tell you that? Listen, you said you were an investigator, right? So find out who did this to my machine. If you do, I'll help you out with whatever else you wanted to ask me about.
Yeah.
Looks like we haven't got much of a choice. Seems pretty upset about his machine.
I'll see what I can do. How long have you been the foreman here?
Sometimes I think it's been too long. Things were so much easier before we got these machines. They keep saying they're supposed to improve our lives, but they've been nothing but trouble. I've already had 5 of my best men get mangled by some of them. And then there's these damn fools blowing things up. My hair wasn't this gray 5 years ago, you know. I swear, one of these days, I'm just going to pack it all up and retire. Let someone else deal with these damn things.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
The who?
He's a serial murderer who's killed 5 men over the past 4 months.
Is that right? Never heard of him.
He may have killed one of your men. Weren't the police here asking about it?
Oh, is that what that was all about? I know they came poking around here a while back. I was busy dealing with other things.
It's nice to see the lines of communication here are wide open.
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about Hannibal Kirkland?
It's like I've told you. I've got to deal with this mess. I don't have time for your questions.
Alright, fine.
I'll be going now.
Be careful on your way out.
Employee area.
Completely ruined. Whoever sabotaged this knew what they were doing.
Hey, that area is for workers only.
My apologies.
Well, do you want to find out something about your case? How will I do that if you don't let me look around?
Mr. Mims?
Yes.
Really?
I'll be going.
Huh. I'm not fucking psychic.
This place sure is big.
I don't see anything else I can interact with. I guess we'll come back to this later.
Completely ruined.
Okay.
Safe for only 25 men at once. I used to draw the line at 2.
Huh. That's interesting.
Huh, they seem to be making pretty decent progress. I wonder if it would be any fun to tie yourself to that thing and go for a few spins.
Excuse me.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is a construction area.
I'm Miles Fordham, a private investigator. I'm looking into the murder of a man who used to work here.
Fordham? You the same man who got Laura Dupre arrested?
Yes, that's right.
Ah, good to meet you. I'm Gerard. My sister.
How does he know?
used to work
It was in the
as a cook.
papers.
would tell me stories about how horrible Dupre was.
I guess the sister
See some justice done
told
for a
him.
change.
Glad to be of service. And good to meet you as well, Gerard.
So you say you're looking into a murder? You talking about Bowditch?
Yes, that's right. I had a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Nah, should be okay to talk for a few minutes.
You worked with Ennis Bowditch, right? What can you tell me about him?
Ennis was fun to talk to, always telling stories. Pretty sure most of them were made up. But it made time go by faster while we worked, and he made me laugh. We weren't really friends, but it's duller without him around, you know?
You know what Bowditch did on his off time?
Not really. I only saw him on the job. But I know he was seeing a woman. I forget what he said her name was, though.
Did he mention anything else about her?
Oh, sure, but I don't think they're the type of thing that would help you, if you get my meaning.
Right. Anything of a non-personal nature that might help me find her?
Yes, he mentioned she worked as the serving girl at the ruined coffee house.
I see. Thanks.
So we know her, right?
Do you know
I
any
think.
details concerning Bowditch's murder?
I only found out when the boss man told us.
Can you think of anyone who might have wanted him dead?
Everyone here liked him. I don't think he owed no one money or nothing like that. But maybe someone at his other job wasn't so friendly with him. Who knows?
Other job?
Ennis also worked at the docks as a longshoreman.
Well, that would have been handy to know sooner. Better late than never, I guess.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
Justice Killer? No, I don't know anything about that. Who is he?
A serial murderer. He's the one who killed Ennis Bowditch.
And you trying to find him?
That's the plan.
Well then, I wish you luck. Ennis didn't deserve to die the way he did. I hope that murdering bastard gets what he deserves.
So, the Gascon-Chumley Bridge is finally being worked on.
That's right. The project started up again shortly after the election. That Leroy, he's not wasting any time. Maybe a good thing for the city.
Will you comment on that?
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
How long before the bridge is complete, do you think?
They say it will take 5 years, but who knows? As long as the work is steady, we won't find me complaining.
You normally work in construction?
Mostly. Sometimes I'd be doing other jobs here and there. But I'm lucky to have gotten this job. I think it will keep me in work for a long time. Which is good, because I have 3 mouths to feed at home.
Be sure to watch yourself then. I hear these types of jobs can be dangerous.
Oh, believe me, I know. One slip up and bam! That's the end of you. But I always watch myself.
How's your sister doing?
Good. She still works for the Dupre family, but with that monster Laura gone, she's much happier. She tells me the family is acting like the madame never existed, and the husband raised Amelie's pay, too.
That does sound like an improvement.
It's just a shame 2 others had to die for him.
The husband was a cool guy. Within his limitations, I
Do
guess.
you happen to know anything about the Redites?
I heard some of the other men talking about them, but I don't ask too many questions. Seems to me they just a bunch of angry and confused people with no other way to express themselves and lashing out. I admit I feel sorry for them.
Like
You're not
most
worried
people.
about steam tech putting you out of a job?
Machines can only do so much. You still need a man to make them work or to fix them when they're broke. I think them Redites are just making a big fuss over nothing.
Thank you, Gerard. I appreciate the information.
Not a problem, boss.
Alrighty. Let's go to the docks first.
Blank surfaces don't stay that way for very long around here.
Huh? What? Who is it?
Who opens the
Hello,
window?
sir. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Go ahead, but make it quick. Time is money, after all.
Time is vastly more important than money. I never understood that saying.
Did you employ a man named Ennis Bowditch?
I did, yes. He only worked for me occasionally, but he was always punctual and performed his job well. I learned recently that he had been killed. It was a tremendous shame. Workers of his caliber are so hard to come by.
Do you have any information relating to Mr. Bowditch's murder?
I'm afraid not. The truth is, I knew very little about him. It's the same with most of my men. I have a business to run, you see. It affords me very little time to socialize.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
I believe I saw a headline in the newspaper recently mentioning that name, but I dismissed it as fear-mongering nonsense. There are more important things I need to worry about.
But the Justice Killer is directly responsible for the death of one of your workers.
Oh? Is that right? Well, there's nothing I can do about it. What my men get up to in their off time is none of my business.
Wow, this guy is even worse than you, Miles.
Like getting murdered.
What does your work here involve?
I'm in charge of tracking and cataloging all the cargo that passes through here. I receive the shipping manifests and make sure that things get unloaded and sent to the right places.
And you do all this by yourself?
Well, of course not. I'm in charge of administration. A team of workers does all the heavy lifting.
Thank you for your time. I'll let you return to work.
Right, you are.
Trevor Hastings, is that you?
Why,
Oh, it's the guy from the flower shop.
what brings you down to the docks?
I'm trying to track down a serial murderer, who I believe is the same man who was breaking into the flower shop.
You don't say. I wish I could help you, but the guy never came back after the night when your partner came around. Where is your partner anyway?
Oh, he's around.
Well,
Wow, did he miss his death?
now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get
I guess they weren't there.
or Cecilia will have my head on a platter.
Of course.
Or were they?
Good seeing you again.
He's around. That's probably the most clever thing you've said in months. Well done.
It's an interesting coincidence that he is here. Yeah, it is here.
Pardon, miss.
How can I help you, sir?
I understand you were involved with Ennis Bowditch.
Was involved, yes. I haven't spoken to him in nearly 2 months.
Oh, were you not aware of his death then?
What? Ennis is... he's dead.
Wow, what a way to say that.
This is awkward.
Indeed. I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news.
How did it happen?
I'm afraid he was murdered.
Murdered? By who? And why?
Those are exactly the questions I'm trying to answer myself.
Oh, I see. Are you a detective?
A private investigator, yes.
Well, I'll answer what I can. If it helps any, that is.
I'm certain it will. What was your relationship with Mr. Bowditch like?
Oh, well, it was nice at first. He was a proper gentleman, like. But then something changed.
Oh?
It's like I told Ruby. I think he might have got hit on the head at work, because he seemed to be a completely different person. He'd get angry for no reason. He even... well, that bit's not important. At first, I thought he was just going through some rough times, but after a while I realized... for the worse.
I wonder why.
So, I broke things off. He wasn't too happy about it, but I wasn't going to stick with a man like that.
Could you tell me more about this Ruby you mentioned?
Ruby? Oh, I've known her since we were little. She's my dearest friend. It's not a secret between us. She was a great help when I kicked Ennis to the curb. I'm lucky to know her. Everyone should have someone like Ruby in their life.
You've been working here for quite a while, haven't you?
Oh, yes. Coming up on 3 years. Been a real pleasure getting to know all the regulars. They've come to be sort of like a second family. By the way, whatever happened to you and your Canadian friend?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, that nice lady you met in here a couple of times. Did it work out between you two?
Good memory.
Oh, that? No, that was strictly business.
Right. Well, if you see her, tell her I said hello.
I wonder if his crime was that he was hitting her. Doesn't seem severe enough to kill him.
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
Justice Killer?
Which feels kinda crap to say, but you know.
it isn't. Never mind. I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, sir.
Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's little ironies.
Alright. Interesting. So something happened and he changed behaviors. And she told someone named Ruby. We'll keep that in mind. Hopefully. For now though, I'll end the episode here. Thank you for watching, as usually. Feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, like, all the good stuff. I'll be back next time with more Lamplight City.